I would have loved to have murdered someone and then slipped the body into that suit just before
Into
it
that
gets
mannequin.
blasted out there.
That's Joe. That's where Joe Biden's real body is.
Yeah, imagine that's like. It is manufactured into products which are especially important on the farm because they provide permanent protection against fire, weather, and wear. Imagine fucking putting your foods into a room full of asbestos. Ugh.
Start striding up like, here's my vaccine, here's my vaccine. And then I turn around and Doris is coming on a little Zimmer frame and takes about 5 minutes to come down the corridor. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I've done something bad here.
Yeah. February,
Right.
week 3. Oh, Robert Barnes. What was his shit take
How
then?
he's fallen.
The US military. This won't be on the thing, but I'm going to sit like Rob Barnes just for you guys. The US military must shift its principal assumption from nuclear employment is not possible to nuclear employment is a very real possibility. Adam Richards, head of US Strategic Command. Oh, what's it? Nuclear deployment, does he mean?
Yeah, that's also US fucking generals not knowing how to write. It should be nuclear deployment.
Yeah, because I thought it was about employing nuclear power, as in employing people to do that, rather than... Yeah, it does make sense. Passing the Federal Reserve Act 1913, colorized. What if the bank runs out of money? Some players think the bank is bankrupt if it runs out of money. The bank never goes bankrupt. To continue playing, use slips of paper to keep track of each player's banking transactions until the bank has enough paper money to operate again. The banker may also issue new money on slips of ordinary paper. Have you ever played a game where it's got to that point?
Never. But I've never played. I don't really play Monopoly because it's too Pareto for me. Do you know what I mean? Like within like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 turns, it's blatant that like one person just owns everything, and then they take like super long turns, and no one else is having fun. Everyone else is just kind of rolling, hoping that they don't land on that guy's properties.
You gotta do some head fuckery. You gotta get in there with some manipulation.
And then that one guy that just has everything, he's fucking taking half an hour to do each of his turns. So he's like, "Ooh, I land here. Ooh, do I want to buy hotels? I think I'm gonna mortgage this. I'm gonna give the money, and that enables me to buy 3 hotels here. Okay, and right now it's your turn. It's like, okay, 7.
I made Monopoly because it was the woman that made it as like a parody of capitalism, didn't she? So I think the feelings that you're getting there are probably meant to be built into the game, but I never really thought about it too deeply. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, is that one guy is just winning and everyone else is getting ground out of existence, like a Jackie Weaver booted council member.
I'm a communist, and what are you? I'm an anarchist. Cool, we can be friends until the revolution. After then, it gets difficult.
What the hell is that even from, this little
I've no idea.
It looks like some sort of Australian ad.
Yeah.
Been taken to new places.
Probably. Boris Johnson says no government could have helped UK through COVID more than his.
We like the party. We like.
What about the Swedish government? They did a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder what restrictions they passed. Yeah, such a low excess mortality.
No one wants to talk about Sweden until they have like a week, and then everyone talks about Sweden. As soon as it goes to doing much better than their economy's only been hit a sliver of the amount compared to everyone else's, it's like nope, no more Sweden.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good comparison in terms of like lockdown, because you can compare it directly to its 2 neighbors, Norway and Finland, right? So because like they're basically very, very similar countries, similar population density, similar culture, etc. And like Norway and Finland, it's really tough restrictions. Sweden really loose restrictions, and then what are we getting, right? It's like it's as close as we get to like a double-blind trial. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The gold standard.
Gold standard, yes.
Gold standard.
It's not a double-blind trial. Get out of my face.
You know why it's called the gold standard, right?
Well, yeah, because it's backed by gold.
No, I mean the gold standard, the double trial. Well, yeah, you're right. It's because it's expensive to do.
No, but like I mean, the original gold standard was in U.S. currency, where like you could always exchange your dollars for gold, right?
Yeah. But I was just talking about they say it's the gold standard. The double blind trial is the gold standard for medical trials.
Why is it called that?
Well, because they're expensive to run.
Oh, okay.
Bad joke. I don't know. I'm starting to think we aren't getting $1,400 either.
Yeah, where did that all go? How's that student loan forgiveness going? How's that Medicare for all going? I unironically think Americans would have had a better chance of getting Medicare for all under Trump than under Biden. And like, it's a hill I'm gonna die on. Like, Trump would just package it as like Patriot Care for All or something, and like, he would sell.
The fuck? My friend's son was murdered this week and he was 16. He's the 8th teen dead from suicide or homicide in that hood. The pandemic has exacerbated issues faced by black teens, but no one cares because the real victims are people with blue checks experiencing criticism on Twitter.
Yeah, the real victims.
Who's Nathan Jones?
He's got blue check.
I mean, he's got 3 thunderbolts in his name.
What's that mean?
I mean, he's based in red pilled.
Is it?
Zippity zappity zoo means he's a scat man.
Nathan James.
Jones.
Nathan Jones, rather. Let's find them. Well, let's pull that shit up. Nowhere to be found.
It's Nate Jones. Nait.
Oh, there you go. Nathan spelled with
an I.
Oh, now he's changed his nickname now. Now it's Nathan.eth. So we know that everything he says could be safely disregarded. And he's got an NFT with in his profile picture.
Is it hexagonal?
No, it's I guess he did it the old school way, which is just save the JPEG and upload it to Twitter.
Yeah, because you must be able to make it hexagonal just by, like, you could in Bebo. Do you remember Bebo? You could customize your social media page. Yeah. You could just do that with the profile picture. Just get a little hexagonal border on there. Democratic. Fucking hell.
I think of the same.
Throat clear.
Yeah.
Do you need to do one?
Me?
Yeah, I need to fucking chop this all out because I said your name and we're coughing like shit.
Oh shit, have you said my name throughout this? No, you haven't. Okay.
No.
I don't care about my name, yeah.
Democratic Congresswoman calls for Truth Commission to root out extremist ideology so Americans can have common narrative. What the fuck?
I mean, it's expected.
What the fuck's a Truth Commission?
Ministry of Truth, I think she means.
Sounds pretty similar, right? Have a common narrative.
What's a common narrative?
Isn't a narrative a fictional telling of something anyway?
Yeah, narrative's not the truth.
It's not objective, is it? Yeah. So, people don't know how words work anymore. And we can't even agree what words mean anymore. Like we're all kind of fucked, aren't we?
Pretty much. I'm done. I busted my ass to get the Dems in the majority. I'm done with them. You and me both. Hope they miss my dollar as well. I didn't even have any money to give. Yeah, I did anyway, like an idiot.
Well, people need to realize their mistakes, don't they? That's how you grow.
Yeah.
So, next time, peace out.
Biden just approved an 85 million Raytheon weapons deal for Chile. Biden's Secretary of Defense was a Raytheon board member prior to joining the administration and still owns between 500k and 1.7 million Raytheon stocks. How the fuck would you even know that, though? This should be illegal.
Hasn't
What-
Chile been taken over by like proper far left socialists as well now?
Has it?
Since then, yeah. Maybe that's part of it, part of the plan.
That'll be fun. Corrupt scientists help the tobacco industry. Corrupt scientists help the plastic industry. Did they? What do you mean the plastic industry? I've no recollection of there being a corruption issue in the plastic industry.
Wait, what? No, there is corrupt. I mean,
In what
so
sense?
plastic so when plastic first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the like the plastic revolution." Like, what was it? Well, when people are like, "Oh, it's gonna replace," because before plastic, you basically had to make everything. All the soft surfaces had to be made out of wood. Before plastic, and so you had people just being like, "Oh, it's perfectly safe and amazing." History and future of plastics.
Yeah, it was meant to be like an environmental thing, wasn't it? So you get like a plastic bag for the supermarket, and that was meant to. We weren't meant to make trillions of them. We were meant to make a lot less and just keep reusing them. But everyone just ended up just tossing them in the canals, or at least I did.
Like there was some, like, do you remember when they were pushing asbestos? They were like, with asbestos, a new material that will last for 1,000 years, and all the scientists say it's perfectly safe to make like ventilation out of asbestos. Like,
yeah. But
like,
didn't they used to radiate?
The amount of asbestos propaganda is just vile.
Didn't they radiate like medicines and drinks and shit in like the 10s and 20s?
Yeah. There you go. So let this magic mineral, asbestos, thingy from, I think, 30s or 40s. Let this magic mineral, asbestos, protect the buildings on your farm. Asbestos, the magic mineral of the Middle Ages. It's still a magic mineral today. Fireproof, rot-proof, practically indestructible. When combined with Portland cement, it is manufactured into products which are especially important on the farm because they provide permanent protection against fire, weather, and wear. Imagine fucking putting your foods into a room full of asbestos.
If I could be reincarnated, I reckon or go back and past life. I reckon I would want to be an asbestos salesman. I reckon those guys are pretty wild.
How long did it take from like asbestos being on the market to, oh no, this is killing people?
Good question.
Like it was up to the 90s, right? I feel like when we were kids,
yeah,
it was like a thing that people were rid of.
Yeah, and it says, smokers, here's proof you can see. Canned cigarettes gives greater protection than any other cigarette. Protection for what? It's like a cigarette poster from like the 50s. It's black and white.
Protection from being a pussy.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, smoking is kind of cool, but oh my goodness, have a look at this. I'm gonna say this. How do you save images from Pinterest when you don't have fuck it. Let's paste it here.
Snipping tool.
Chat. Some lovely asbestos propaganda. Yeah, actually I should have probably used snipping tool. Fuck it. Some absolutely lovely asbestos propaganda.
What's asbestos made of?
Good question.
Oh, it can be all the colours.
Asbestos sheets for use in baking bread, pastry, fish, game, etc. Did you ever burn a roast? Try our asbestos sheets and it will never happen again. Asbestos baking paper sheets. When the article is sufficiently browned on top, place the asbestos sheet loosely over it and it needs no further attention. Fuck.
Oh, it's naturally
My
occurring.
goodness.
I always thought it was like an artificial thing.
Oh, wait till you hear this. Another poster. Housekeepers. X-radium cooking utensils. The latest and most scientific cooking utensils ever produced. Scientific preparation of radium mineral clay. Yeah, they made what's it called? There is this glass that contains what is it? Radium that like glows in the dark. But like, fuck, I would probably never want to drink out of that.
What? It glows in the dark. That's pretty flipping awesome.
Nah, The Simpsons has ruined your brain.
Yeah, if you Google uranium glass, you can see like glassware like glows green under UV light.
Okay, UK and Californian variants of coronavirus appear to have combined into a heavily mutated hybrid, sparking concern we may be entering a new phase of the COVID-19 pandemic.
That didn't happen, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did? Did it? What?
Fusion.
I mean, I think that's a great analogy because you know how if they do the fusion dance wrong, they just end up like either really skinny or like a really fat or like bloated.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happened. Like COVID just became absolutely shit compared to what it was before. Like,
Yeah.
I had it during the first wave, and it was like a really really bad flu. No, it was fucking dreadful. But you know, I staved it off with my tiger blood, vitamin D, and zinc. And now people are like, "Oh, I just tested positive. Whoops! I guess I just have to self-isolate." And it's like, bro, where is the COVID?
I'm so happy I didn't ever do any of the things you were meant to do with COVID, whether that be isolating or getting your COVID passes for flights or
waiting your turn to get the vaccine.
I got the vaccines to get on the flights. Yeah, that was the sad part. Because
No, but
Did you get boosted?
No, but you got a vaccine before everyone else. You didn't wait your turn.
Yeah, that was to help my mum out because my mum was having an ethical crisis about whether or not she should lie about my little brother to get him a vaccine because she could get a shortcut because she was an NHS nurse and she was like, "Oh, I'm a bit worried I'm going to get him in trouble. Oh, should I do it?" And I was like, "I'll do it. I don't care about lying." So I went and it was just me and all the old ladies because this was like back in March. So this is like right at the beginning. And I realized I'd done something bad, kind of, when they called me in, they're like, "Come over your vaccine now, Doris, come up." And I started wandering down, started striding up like, "Here for my vaccine, here for my vaccine." And then I turn around and Doris is coming on a little Zimmer frame and takes about 5 minutes to come down the corridor. And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I've done something bad here." And they kept asking me why I was there. Like, how come you're here? I was like, "Oh, I work at Tesco. And they were like, "What?" I got questioned by like 10 people, like saying, "Why are you here?" I was like, I work at Tesco. And they were like, "Do you work here?" And I was like, "No, I work at Tesco." And then they were like, "All right, just have it and just get out of here." So I was weirding them out. I can't get an AstraZeneca one again. It's like proving impossible to get. I don't want to
It's like a classic speech 100 moment.
But
it was a speech 100 moment.
A cocktail of drugs is safe when it's a vaccine. Forget everything you knew before 2019.
Yeah, forget all 5 vaccines.
Down is the new up.
Thanos.
Did you see that guy in like I think it was like Indonesia? He got the vaccine like 46 times or something because he was getting it for people as a business.
Oh no! So there's a guy in India who's like, "Oh, I had it like 30 times. It's like improving my sleep, improving my like. I'm feeling absolutely amazing. Like I just have it like every week or so. I just go and top myself up, and it's like I have no infections. Like I'm feeling great."
Yeah, these people. I like these people. I like the people that have gone proper lent into it like that.
But what I've noticed,
to prison, the guy in Indonesia or Singapore, wherever it is, because apparently dicking about with that stuff there isn't really tolerated.
Yeah, I've noticed, like, because now I'm in Japan, I have to wear a mask pretty much when I'm outside and inside buildings when I'm not eating and stuff. I've been more sick than I have for the entire pandemic when I wasn't wearing a mask because I've literally got germs on my face. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick it on the bill. Was that this year?
That was. Why did it come up?
Maybe the year before.
I think it's still
maybe.
there. Was it last year?
I guess it must still be out there. Right?
Elon car in space. Oh, that was ages ago. That was like 2018.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think that must have been. Oh no, I've done it.
Oh. When
I
the
think
sun dies.
I think you just sent it to me in the chat as a response to the thing on the right. So the European Space Agency.
Oh yeah, because I said that when the sun dies, the only thing that we're gonna have is that little car floating through space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine like it pulls away from like Earth's gravity and just floats off like the end deepest corners of like of the world, and some aliens find it. It's like, the fuck is that?
What a great. I would have loved to have murdered someone and then slipped the body into that suit just before
Into
it
that
gets
mannequin.
blasted out there.
That's where Joe Biden's real body is.
Yeah, imagine that's like.
Because Trump is wearing Biden's skin.
Oh, I love those conspiracies. They're like, I found there was like a 6-hour time difference between the inauguration broadcast in like Spain and in the US or something. Like they basically say like, oh, it was definitely pre-recorded and stuff.
Because you could tell like from.
That like the inauguration aired earlier in some countries relative to others, or it was like aired in Spain like 6 hours before it was due to air in the US and stuff and something. So like it was blatantly like pre-recorded and like they recorded in Nevada or something.
The internet has way too much time on its hands. You know that song Tom's Diner.
Yeah.
I was sitting on. People have worked out like when that was by judging by the story she's reading about in the song and like talking about the funnies, and only 2 New York papers had funny cartoons at that date and stuff, and someone's actually like extrapolated from that the day that she wrote that song.
Yeah, people have too much time on their hands.
That's way too much time, right? But like when 4chan found what's his face is he will not destroy
Divide us. Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's basically a celebrity being tormented by a bunch of autistic people. I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
They triangulated it. So what was it? He put it in like some remote place, but then the first thing they noticed was like the airplane patterns in the sky. And so they triangulated it based on the airplane patterns in the sky. They were literally going at it like, okay, so if it's in this place, you should like see this flight going above it from right to left in like about 10 minutes. And like, yep, it's going, okay, so it's there. So they triangulated it to be like in the middle of some national park, and you could see on the footage them like legging it and stealing the flag. It's glorious.
Flag capture.
Source? Yeah, why don't they just open source like all murder mysteries to like 4chan or whatever and just let it do its thing?
I genuinely think they should, because like the amount of times that 4chan will identify, like, who do you think found the George Floyd porn videos? Like,
yeah,
it's those people, right? It's like
it was the same with
any mystery.
What was that the guy who crashed the car, the black guy who the parade drove his car into that parade.
The Waukesha dude.
Yeah, it was like within half an hour that people found out who that guy was.
I thought it was a car. All the media outlets keep telling me that a car drove.
Oh yeah, when cars attack.
Bloody autonomous cars. Rampage.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember when Australia?
I don't know how to say this guy's name, by the way. Jack Posobiec.
Yeah, so the American pronunciation is Posobiec, but the Polish pronunciation is Posobiec.
Poso.
But everyone just calls him Poso. Yeah.
Poso, bitch.
Yeah, Poso.
Poso more like Bozo. Hey.
Oh, yeah, do you remember when Australia
with
basically
Facebook.
took all Australian news just got removed from Facebook, like overnight?
Oh yeah, I remember that. So how did that resolve? Because Australia had like a little war with Facebook.
I think Australia buckled.
Did they?
Australia
Yeah.
news, Facebook.
What is that HuffPost personal one as well? In the meantime, I got
That's a
inseminated in the
classic
Burger
Vice
King
headline.
bathroom.
There's literally been no
That's a
stories since February about that. They just passed the law and that was it. Oh yeah, the HuffPost. That's more of a Vice. Actually, no, because a Vice one would be going out to do that rather than it being, this happened to me.
Yeah, and also a speed or something in there.
The Vice title would be, I went to a Burger King bathroom to get inseminated. Here's what I found.
Actual headlines from Vice's website. Everything you wanted to know about double penetration. Inside the baffling subreddit where people talk about having sex with bees. How to test your drugs for fentanyl. This tiny LGBT bookstore is a queer haven in a small town, Mississippi. My goodness.
What would you like Boris Johnson to announce?
A snap election.
Not another one?
Genuinely. I mean, like, at this point, they should just make it so snap elections are every 3 years, because that's the current pace anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the 2024 election will be the first regularly scheduled election since 2015. Imagine that.
That's crazy.
Fuck. The last regularly scheduled election was 2015. Since then, it's just been like snap elections.
The New York Times needn't have tweeted this because Clubhouse just tanked, right? No one uses it anymore since Twitter basically copied their entire USP.
Yeah, bloody unfettered conversations. Can you believe people are having unfettered conversations? We must fetter all conversations just to be on the safe side.
Is fetter a verb? Because I only ever heard it.
I guess so.
Because I only ever hear it in the negative.
Yeah.
Define fetter. Verb. Restrain with chains or manacles, typically around the ankles.
Oh, mate, that's a new cheese. We were doing cheese jokes yesterday. You know the classic cheese jokes, like what does the cheese say to itself in the mirror?
Oh, you mean like
halloumi?
Yeah, right. Or like, what do you say about a cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese.
Or how do you hide a horse?
I don't know.
Mascarpone.
All right.
But yeah, what's a cheese in chains?
Oh,
feta
cheese. There you go.
It's too clever, that one.
Yeah, most people won't know because it's quite an obscure word.
And then you'll be like, oh, feta actually means this. You'll be like, oh.
Synonyms of feta: shackle, manacle, clap in irons, put in chains. Yeah. There's probably some kind of slavery joke in there, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, that's
Susan,
true.
I'm not going there, Susan.
Oh yeah, the Post getting wiped from Australia. Australian government strongly criticised the move, saying it has demonstrated the immense market power of these digital social... You wrote the fucking law! Reparations for slavery could have reduced COVID-19 transmission and deaths in the US, Harvard study says.
Experts say. Oh, the experts say. Yeah,
experts say that unfalsifiable claim is true.
I love it. Like, the more people lose trust in experts, the more happy I am. This is a white pill. This is what that video I showed you about AA and like engaging with their side and stuff. Like, the more unhinged nonsense like this they post, the better it is for our side.
Just a reminder that Tim Pool does his own research.
This is Wikipedia. Yeah. So does Lausch also. Just
Okay, this is the one we definitely need sound for, so I'm going to put the sound on.
Muting myself.
Shop Japan. Shop Japan.
That
love
was
it.
incredible.
I love it.
So good.
God, give me one of those wonder cones.
Wondercore, innit?
That's beautiful.
Oh, is it Wondercore? Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it legitimately makes me want to get exercise equipment.
Is that a compilation of all the ads for that one? I guess it is, right?
Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the debunkers. Verifiably incorrect statement. That is factually wrong. This is you, the debunker.
I mean, yeah, the Chad, yes. Like,
Society's collapsing, isn't it? The good thing is these people are going to slowly slip out the gene pool quite well. I say slowly, quickly slip out the gene pool. These are the guys that are all pushing for synthetic wombs as well, aren't they? For obvious reasons.
yeah, but you see that the problem is that they openly say that, like, we don't care that we don't have any children because we're just gonna indoctrinate yours.
There are children now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the plan of their agenda is you have the kids, and then we'll just raise them. We're gonna have the new breed of peons for our system.
Why are people so obsessed with kids these days? Like, there's like loads. They're like they're transing kids up and getting them to dance on stage.
The population agenda, innit?
You know.
There's Safe Khan ensuring the legitimacy of the upcoming mayoral elections.
I feel like this is the last time I'm duped into thinking that an election could, like, go my way. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this Tory dude is gonna depose Sadiq Khan." Like, it's basically a guarantee. Like, it's like that in the California recall. Like, I'm just angry at myself for being emotionally invested in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have no idea who I'm going to vote. I can't vote for the guys that lock down the country and consign so many people to horrible cancer deaths and getting nonced by their abusive parents for 2 years.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't vote for the people who locked us down, but I also can't vote for the people who promised to lock us down harder.
Yeah,
So,
and abstaining seems a bit dull.
No, I can't bring myself to vote. Barrage the Farage.
Yeah,
that's his new show, innit, on GB News.
Yeah, he was talking.
Is it? I thought the show was like Pints with Farage or something.
That's the final 15 mins.
Oh, okay.
But he has a pint. He's just chilling with a pint of like lukewarm looking beer. That's really badly poured.
Is that a pint of best?
Don't know.
Best bitter.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
I drank water made from human feces. Here's an update on the machine that produced that water.
We are unironically like turning into fucking Fremen from June. All the moisture from the body must be recycled. Soon they'll make you wear like skin suits that like turn your sweat into water. Look how well that's aged. Everyone's now saying we should attack a country with nukes, just to show those Russians that we're not going to let them take Ukraine.